Good morning, second grade. You did an awesome job on yesterday's worksheet by writing complete sentences. And what do we always need to remember when we are writing a sentence? You need to remember what at the beginning? A capital letter, and what should a sentence end with? A period, an exclamation mark, or a question mark, okay? So, echo this sentence for me. Where is the chart? What kind of punctuation should we put at the end of that sentence? Where is the chart? You should put a question mark, good, because it is asking a question. We are going to practice some more sentences on our worksheet today, but first we are going to talk about a new phonics skill, a new phonics rule, and I want you to start by reading these words on my board. Child, find, old, mold. Do these words follow the spelling rules that we have learned? They actually do not, and the reason is because a vowel followed by a consonant is short, not long. Usually, when a vowel is followed by a consonant, the vowel is short. But listen again, child. There's a consonant after the vowel, but this I says I. It's a long vowel sound. Old, mold, find. Sometimes we have words in the English language that don't follow the rule that a vowel followed by a consonant makes a short sound. In some words that contain the letters I or O followed by two consonants, like LD or ND, the vowels are long instead of short. There are enough of these words that we put them in their own special category by themselves, and we call these the wild Colt words. When you see words like these, try the short vowel sound first, and if it doesn't sound right, try the long vowel sound, okay? So these are called wild Colt words. Why do you think they're called wild Colt words? It's kind of a silly name. Right, this I is followed by two consonants, L and D. That means the I is going to make a long vowel sound, okay? Willed, if I use a short I sound, it would say willed. Does that sound right? No. So we try the long vowel sound, I, wild, wild. So we get a macron above the I, wild, okay? Look at old Colt, 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 okay? Wild Colt words. So when we go back to coding our words, we're going to start with digraph CH. There are two consonants, so this gets a macron. Child, find, old, mold, Colt. Wild Colt words. Okay, these are called wild Colt words. Okay, we are going to do one more thing before our worksheet. We are going to code a sentence together. The old man on the park bench is cold. The old man on the park bench is cold. Okay. The digraph TH. Schwa sound above the E. Old, macron above the O, if this is a wild Colt word. Man, brevy above the A. On, brevy above the O. The has a digraph TH. Park, combination AR, put an arc underneath. Bench, brevy above the E, it is short because of digraph CH. Is, the S and is makes the Z sound, so we put a line through it. Okay, back on the C, cold. Cold is another wild Colt word. The old man on the park bench is cold. We're going to talk about one more thing. Let's look at this contraction. Did you know that this word is a contraction? O'clock. This is a shortcut for of the clock. O'clock. Of the clock is what that means. All right, let's get out our worksheet. We are going to be reading some sentences and answering the questions again. We are going to focus on writing in complete sentences. So it does say wild Colt words. Let's read number 1. Matt will wind the clock at 10 and set it for 6 o'clock. When will Matt wind the clock? So we're going to start with Matt. Capital M, it is his name. Will wind the clock at 10. Matt will wind the clock at 10. Did you end with a period? I hope so. Number 2, if I find Mark, I will tell him that he was a big help at the contest. Where was Mark a big help? Mark was a big help. We're restating the question. Mark was a big help at the contest. Period at the end. Mark was a big help at the contest. If you just wrote at the contest, you are answering the question, but by restating it and putting a complete thought, we know what happened at the contest. We know that Mark was a big help. Just being a little more specific. The wild Colt bit Jim when he fed the dogs first. What bit Jim? The wild Colt bit Jim. The wild Colt bit Jim. If you just wrote the wild Colt, we don't know what was being said about the wild Colt. What did it do? You have to be specific and say what the wild Colt did. Number 4, the child must mind her dad or he will not let her dog run in the park. What will run in the park? Instead of saying her dog, we don't know who her is referring to. We're going to say the child's dog. Trying to add as much information as possible. The child's dog will run in the park. The child's dog will run in the park. If you just say her dog, we don't know who her is. And number 5, the mild winter left us wishing for the cold. What kind of winter was it? Mild. It was a mild winter. It was a mild winter. Check to make sure that all of your sentences have capital letters. Make sure they also have periods at the end. Okay, we are going to do one more thing. We're going to see if we can find some wild Colt words in our sentences. Okay. In number 1, the word wind. If I say it with a short sound, it would say wind, but does it make sense to say Matt will wind the clock? No, he will wind the clock. He will turn the clock. Wind. Do you see a wild Colt word in number 2? Find. Find is a wild Colt word. I am circling them. Number 3, it actually says the wild colt, and we know those are wild Colt words. Can you find one in number 4? I see 2. Child and mind. There are 2 consonants after the vowel in child and mind. And can you find 2 in number 5? Mild and cold. Very good. All right, so now when you do your homework side, you have sentences again. I would like for you to work on writing complete sentences when you answer your questions. And if you see any wild Colt words, circle them for me. Great job today with the lesson.